After 4-3 shootout loss to the Valley Wildcats on Friday night, the Fundy Thunder have taken the trip over to the island to take on the red-hot Western Rebels on High Button Sports. My name's Dayton Camo saying welcome inside the Cavendish Farms Community Events Center here from Tyne Valley PEI. It's the Fundy Thunder and Western Rebels. The puck drop is coming up next. Referee will skate to center ice as both teams get set for puck drop. We'll get your starting goaltenders in just a moment. As we're underway here from Tyne Valley, it's sent down into the Thunder zone off the draw. Big hit behind the net. And an icing call. So we will head back down to the Thunder zone. In net tonight for the visiting, or this afternoon rather, for the visiting Thunder. It'll be Cooper Collins. And down on that far end, it'll be Dylan Weil as the penalty comes here early. We'll see who takes this first call. It looks like it might be McGregor. Rather, it'll be Goody, so he'll head off the box. And now a power play coming for the Thunder. Rennie goes back to the point. Cochran saw this power play connect a couple of times the other night in Berwick as that low shot from Uliff gets stuck under the pad. The Fundy Thunder were 13 and a half seconds from coming away with a win in regulation in Berwick, but Cohen Pearl able to tie things up. But the Thunder able to take a point from that, helping them move up the standings. Yesterday, the St. John Vitoes lost in regulation to the Kings Hockey Club, so the Kings taking 2 points from the Vitoes, moving themselves up the standings as things get tight towards the end of the season here in the Nova Scotia U16 League. The Rebels will send this one back down to the Fundy Thunder end. Max Parker will send one into the corner. Picked up there by the skipper, Trent Uliff, and he'll set up behind the net, throwing it back for Parker. Parker up through center. Sends one back to Uliff, and he'll go cross ice. Maddox Rennie has that one taken away and trying to break out there. Now an offside call comes there to the Rebels, so a face-off will come back outside the Fundy Thunder zone. So right off the draw, it's sent in to the Thunder end. Singer on it. He'll stop up behind the net and head the other way. Atkinson goes back to Singer, who goes cross ice. It's McIver. He opened the scoring on Friday night in Berwick. Can he do it again? McIver down low. And now a cross ice shot is turned wide up the half wall. This one's put back down ice. And Collins out to play it. Calling for it at the far blue line was Gavin Moore, but the Thunder will slowly work their way back up. It's Atkinson. He gets bumped on the near side by Ellis Callahan. And now this one's lifted high out to center. Back for Pitts. He'll go cross ice. And snap one across for Atkinson. That was maybe a little too much mustard on that one. And now it's worked up the wall. The Thunder trying to break out. His teams are back to even strength. This one gets sent in. Oh, a chance out front for Warwick. That was turned aside. Now a chance away for the Rebels as they get set up their first real offensive chance of this afternoon. Poked out to the slot, turning away was Gagnon. He had a chance to get off to the races, but that one was turned back aside and into the Fundy Thunder zone we go. And now another call on the play. Head contact. This one looks like it's going to go to Brandon Warwick. So off to the box he goes, and the Western Rebels will head off to the power play. Max Parker looks like he's going to take a trip into the dressing room. Might have taken a little awkward hit or collision down there in the corner that I might have missed. But the Rebels, with their first power play of the game, they'll set up here. Back to the point. Pinot. Hudson Pinot using a different stick in warm-up. Maybe switching back to the one he's used to for this power play. As Pinot unable to keep that one in at the line, he'll work his way back. And now up ahead, racing in the shot, and they score. Sam Surratt on the power play came down and ripped one under the bar. And the Rebels have taken an early lead here thanks to that man advantage. So the official goal call there, Surratt from McEwen and Pinot at 4:02. Singer, he lifts one out high off the glass, back to corral this one quickly up the wall, but that was turned over. Now a penalty will come. A slash. So now the Thunder will go back to the man advantage. 3 quick power plays, and we're not even 5 minutes into this. You know, I'm always a fan of keeping things fair, but I'm also a fan of letting things breathe as the Fundy Thunder work out to their second man advantage here early in this one. It's poked out to neutral ice as the Rebels bench gets loud. Simon Joseph Pitts back to pick this one up for the Thunder. Atkinson. Some more. And now back up top for Pitts. That one sent in from the point. High floater will land into the corner. Now picked up on the half wall and sent back around the net. Bijan tried to send one off the wall, and that one unable to be cleared. Moore will go back down into the corner. And Phillips unable to get that clearing attempt out of the line. Now Baird snaps one, and that's turned aside by Weil. And now another penalty will come. So Wyatt Baird off to the box. Things will be even, and we'll head back down to the Fundy Thunder zone now for 51 seconds of 4-on-4. Cochran and Callahan on the draw. This one's played back, and McGilvery keeps it in at the line. He'll go cross ice to Goody in front. Callahan snaps one on. That's turned aside by the glove of Cooper Collins. Rennie tries to go up the wall. Kept in at the line. Now cross ice for Callahan. He fends off his defender. That's Singer. Now working back on the far side. Goody in front to Callahan. Tried to snap a quick one on. That was taken away. Didn't make its way to the net. Now Rennie goes cross ice for Jude Cochran. That one's poked off his stick, and McGilvery goes back. And Noy tried to play that one up the wall. Not able to get it out. And he'll get this one now. Working up this near side. Brody Noy into the offensive zone. Unable to get it any further, and that one's taken away by Cochran. But the Rebels now to the power play. Callahan works in, gonna snap one on, and that's off the blocker of Collins. Back to the point. To Ty Collins. So send one back. And that was into the Thunder bench. Brendan Warwick slapped one right at, looked to be Jackson McIver on the bench. He gives him a tap, says, my bad. 30 seconds left to go here in the penalty to Wyatt Baird. Now back up top for Pino. He sends one, a low shot on net. That rebound is sent wide, and that's cleared up into the netting. And that's right out of play. So face-off will come back down to the glove side of Collins. 19 seconds to go. Now on the far side, it's sent back up top. Pino tried to find Surratt, but that one rolled off his stick. It's back into neutral ice. Both teams to even strength as Baird steps out of the box, and Pino puts a little turn down there on the corner. He'll send one out to center ice. Now holding up is McGilvery at the line. That one was taken away and sent back for Singer. Singer will try and get on his horse and turn one up through center. That's taken away, and Singer will get the return feed. Uliff trying to poke one ahead. He's met there by Ben Phillips, and now it's worked back out to center by Ben McGregor. McIver now tried to fire the breakout pass up through the middle. It's taken away, and now Jack White will corral here for Fundy. Up the wall and out to center. That's right on Weil, and he'll have to cover up as Uliff was right on him. So 11:09 to go here in the first period. A 1-0 lead for the Western Rebels thanks to a power play goal from Sam Surratt. Now a long pass goes all the way down the ice around the wall, and that'll be an icing call. So back down to the Western Rebels zone we go for another face-off. Gavin Moore on the draw for Fundy. But that one is won back by Ben McGregor and picking it up. Throwing it up the wall, but intercepted by Atkinson. He's taken down. No penalty on the play. Atkinson lost his stick. He's got to retrieve that, but it's worked up the wall by the Rebels. And now Moore trying to work in. He's turned aside by Phillips. Up the near side. It goes out of the reach of Otway. And now Rennie sent one into the far side corner. Big bump coming in from Moore. That one's turned aside to Atkinson. Now Rennie rips one. That's off the glass. And now another big bump thrown there, but Godet giving it right back. It's sent into the pad of Weil by Singer. Now lots of collisions all over the ice as this one starting to get physical. White gives a bump in the corner, that one high, and now a penalty coming. Smallman took a bump down in the corner, that was right to the head. So down back to the Fundy Thunder zone we go for another power play. This one just a 2. Back to the point they go. It's Surratt to Pino. These two forwards quarterback the power play for the Rebels. Now Pino up top. And he'll get the return feed from Surratt. Pino sends a shot through that one, wide of the glove of Collins. And unable to get that, it was Eulef. Back up top, Pino to Surratt. Unable to find a lane to fire. Back up top, Pino to Callahan. Hudson Pino. Down low to Tobin McHugh, and he fires one on, but that's off a stick. Pino tried to grab that, but it's sent down the ice and out to play. It is Dylan Weil. Pino puts a shake on down there and he leaves it. And it gets sent back into neutral ice. Pino comes up to take this breakout pass up into the offensive zone. Flips one ahead, between the legs try, and that one was held on to by Collins. Surratt might have been watching the High Button Sports Instagram page before this one, looking at some highlights from yesterday. Matt and Austin going between the legs for the Novas in the U16 league. Little highlight reel goal. Now Goody goes down low. Up top, tried to work one down low. That's taken away by Gagnon. And just about 30 to go here on this power play for the Rebels. Now McGregor trying to work in. Another chance in front, but Warwick will slap one to the point. And out. As this one makes its way down the ice. Picked up now on this near side by Ace Otway. He's racing ahead. Now worked ahead by the Thunder. This one taken away and a penalty coming once more. So an interference call now. Collins will take this one. And now the Thunder off to the power play. with 7:09 to go here in the first frame. Back to the point they go. Singer will set up top to Uliff. He goes cross ice, and that one just rolled off the stick. Cochran able to corral it and work back to the half wall. Rennie drops it back down low. Cogger tried to go back up top. Now a chance away for the Rebels. It's a 2-on-2 sent in front, knocking that one down, but it's taken away by Singer. Now Singer plays a backhander up the wall. Rennie goes cross ice. It's off a skate. And Uliff has to go back and retrieve. He's taken down on the near side. Now Goody gives chase. It's up the far side. Rennie across the line. He's taken down, and a penalty coming now to the Rebels. Another hooking call, this one going to Goody. And a 10, or not a 10, but a misconduct, unsportsmanlike conduct. Well, it might be a 10 rather, as an extra Rebel gets sent to the box. So Goody in there for the 2, and then the extra 10. Someone comes in to serve his 2. So 5-on-3 now for the Thunder as Uliff works it back up. His pass goes back out to center. And Singer with 15 to go will set up here. Trying to get something to go here on this 5-on-3. And now back across for Cochran. Singer up to the top. Atkinson unable to hold the line. And the Thunder will have to touch up once again. A 5-on-4 now for a minute 5. Rennie trying to make a move at the line, and a 2-on-1 shorthanded for the Rebels. Working in. Shot turned aside by Collins. And now a face-off back down in the Thunder zone. McIver gets that puck off the draw, plays it back for Pitts. Back up top for McIver. They work in on the power play. 40 to go. This one's sent cross ice for Atkinson. Back up top for Pitts. Plays one across for Warwick, and that's chipped at. And now sent back out to center ice by the Rebels. Good job there from Surratt to clear that one. Atkinson now gets this one across to McIver. He walks in, rips one, and that's turned aside. Now is the 2-minute minor. To Goody. So as a 2-minute minor to Goody comes to an end, this one will work back into the Thunder zone, and a face-off comes now outside the line. Teams are back to even strength. They haven't played much 5-on-5 here in this opening frame. This one sent up into the far side corner. And now a chance off the post. That one's going to be squeezed, and it... Not sure where it was. Looked like something ended up behind the line, but was cleared back underneath Cooper Collins. There's a bunch of things in the crease, and I don't have the best angle, but that one stayed out. And now we're back out to center. Weil will play one across for Collins. He pinches his man to the wall. Eulith trying to break in. And now work back up for Smallman. Smallman will send one in to the offensive zone. Singer plays it back. Now gets the return feed. Up the wall. That one played back into center. And now sent back into the Thunder zone. Singer up through center. And now Moore driving in. He gets taken down, and a little collision behind the Rebel zone. This one gets sent out top to Rennie. His shot's turned aside. Rennie working back out top. Tried to short side, and that one might have knocked the nets off the moorings as Weil pushed off. So face off with 1:49 to go in the first will come to the blocker side of Dylan Weil. Ben McGregor and Gavin Moore on the draw. And Moore wins it back. Rennie's shot. That one looks like it hit Moore on the way in. And now back out to center. Nice move there by Ace Otway. Working in, trying to find a man back door, but that's taken away. But quickly sent right back in to the Fundy zone. Out to center. Rennie. Cross ice to Atkinson. And he'll rip one into the zone. It's picked up down low by Otway. Ace Otway. Collectively agreed here by us at High Button Sports that he has the best name in the league. Simon Joseph Pitts plays one back down for White. And now offside will be called at the Fundy line. 51 to go here in the first period. And we'll head back down for a draw. Right outside the offensive zone as the Rebels try to get something going late. But it's the Thunder who gain possession here off the draw. Taken away by Callahan. Working in. His shot turned aside. Worked up over the net. Now Pino down low trying to work this one free. Taken away by Surratt. Out front to Callahan. They score. Hudson Pinot tied him up. Sam Surratt grabbed the puck. And Ellis Callahan put it home. Tic-tac-toe almost. And a 2-0 lead for the Western Rebels. Now this one worked back down into the Fundy zone. Player lost his blade right out at center as some pushing and shoving goes on at center. The Fundy player lost his blade and the Western bench was giving it to him. And now some rough stuff as Warwick's in there, as well as Eulith and Tobin McEwen. But things will get sorted out. And we'll head back to the intermission. We'll see you for the second period of play on High Button Sports. Stay tuned. teams are set for the second stanza here in Tyne Valley on High Button Sports. My name's Dayton Camo saying welcome back inside the Cavendish Farms Community Event Center. Through the first 20 minutes of play, the Western Rebels lead the Fundy Thunder 2-0, and the Fundy Thunder down to one less defenseman as Max Parker on his way home early due to a collision he took early in that first period. Saw him leaving the rink with his gear. So the Thunder shorthanded as they try and dig themselves back into this one. So some penalties given out at the end of that first period. But we stay at 5-on-5 as Ace Otway tries to work his way into the offensive zone. That one's taken away. Now Goody tries to work one towards the net. Played back. And now offside as Goody touches up on the wrong side of the blue line, so face-off will come right back down in front of us, right outside the Fundy Thunder zone. So Jude Cochran will work in as they move the face-off back closer to the Rebels zone. Cochran will face off against Callahan. White will go cross ice. That one almost taken away as Goody goes back up through center to Callahan. He's got Surratt with him. He drops, and that one was labeled to the top corner. Now a chance in front. That one sent through the crease. Net knocked off its moorings. Surratt trying to jam it home. What a rip from Sam Surratt. Just an inch or two high on that right side. Now Callahan will face off one more time with Cochran. Callahan won that. And it's sent back down low. Surratt gathers it up in the corner, sending it back up the half wall. McIver's there. Tried to be played ahead. Now Goody grabs that one. And it's sent back into the Thunder zone. Drop back there for a second, but it's picked up quickly there on the far side. Cogger drives in. That shot blocked in front, and it's turned the other way by the Rebels. Will work in. A long breakout pass. That one couldn't find the intended target. Now worked back up the far side. Shot off the pad a while, back into the corner. Now Gagnon tried to center one, back up to the point it goes. McIver, he'll load, fire, and now Gagnon trying to get a stick on that loose puck, but it's played up the ice. And now it escapes his own, so Pinot has some time to make a play. He'll take the ice he's given, trying to work in, and that one taken away by White. Pinot gives a bump down low. Now Pinot gets it back, trying to center one out front. That's taken off of a Rebel stick, and now back out to the point. Slap shot off the hand of Jack White in front. And now back to Harris. He's able to keep it in once again at the point. Now some sustained offensive zone time here for the Rebels due to the pressure that they're able to put on here. This one's kept in once again. A long shot goes in. Ace Otway gets a stick in front. That one's tipped home past Cooper Collins, and it's a 3-0 lead for the Western Rebels. Now a long shot from the point. Gloved up by Weil, and he'll hold on for the faceoff. 15-12 to go. And the draw will come back to his glove side. Moore wins the draw back. Quick shot from McIver, blocked in front. And McEwen felt the sting of that one. Now Moore. He's driven into the wall down low by McGilvery. And now Arsenault plays it up ahead. Eula sends it into the offensive zone. Now McEwen tried to flick one ahead on the far side for Goody, but it's played back into the Thunder zone. No, long stretch pass off the stick at center. Rennie unable to gather that one. Now he'll head back up. Rennie trying to stretch the zone. And now chipped ahead. No icing, says the linesman, so back goes Surratt. He'll play it around the net. And now a chance in front. That one gloved down by Weil. And with 13:43 left in the middle frame, he'll hold on for another draw. Warwick and Callahan on the draw. Warwick trying to win this one back for Cochran to rip one, but Callahan won that one. Now Warwick back down into the corner. A penalty coming now. Weil makes his way to the bench. And the Thunder touch up. And a slash. From Reed Gagnon. Will put his team shorthanded. So back down to the Thunder zone we go. Allison, Callahan, McEwen with Surratt and Pinot. Pinot back up top. He grabs this one. He'll circle back up top to Surratt. He walks and fires. That one is gloved up by Cooper Collins, and he'll hold on for a face-off. The Western Rebels draw quite the crowd here for a Sunday matinee matchup. As this one goes back to Surratt. He tried to fire one short side high. That's blocked away by Collins. And left there for Tobin McEwen. Back up the wall for Surratt to Pinot. Callahan and Surratt will switch. Oh my goodness. Sam Surratt. How do you like me now? What a bullet. $4-0 for the Rebels. And Surratt's got his second of the game. Now backdoor they go. McIver trying to wrap one. Worked it out front. That one taken away. Back to the point. Singer shot off the post. Now another penalty coming. We'll see who takes this one. A cross-checking call. This one going to Jackson McIver, and once again, a Rebels power play will ensue. Now off the draw, sent down onto Weil. He'll play that softly into the corner. Now a long headman pass off a stick, but finds Ace Otway. He works in, tried to find that top corner, just couldn't get it to go. Now Smallman back down in the corner. He'll set up. Back up top. Cross ice for McGregor. He'll work on the far side. McGregor wraps, trying to find a hole, and the rebound is turned aside on the second attempt by Collins. And now that pass from Otway goes all the way down to the defensive zone. Callahan drives wide, stops up. 50 seconds to go here on the man advantage as Surratt walks in looking for three, and that one goes off the post. Now Atkinson able to get this one out. Racing after it is Moore. He's got Surratt on him. He gives him a little push. And now Pinot working in. And he gets that loose puck. Works himself back up top. Down low to Surratt. Now Allison tried to find that puck below the net. It works itself up that near side and down all the way to Dylan Weil. That'll do it here for the power play as the time winds down. Just over midway through this period as McEwen fires one on. Rebound goes through the crease. And Atkinson will send this one down the ice. No icing is the call. Rennie tried to get there first, but it bobbled his stick. McGilvery working down for the Rebels, but it's played back out to center ice. Noy finds Arsenault, who sends one in. Up the near side now, Rennie. Couldn't get a stick on that one, so it goes back down into the Thunder zone. Now played at the line. Noy makes a nice move. He walks in, blockered away. And now down the far side. Working in. Shot off the pad and getting thrown into the wall down low was Trent Eula. Singer. Shot goes back to the point. This one blocked in front. Rennie trying to pick it up, but it's cleared out to the far side. White will gather it there at the line. And now another call coming there from the linesman. Puck goes out of play, so the faceoff will come back down into the Rebel zone. 8:56 to go here in this middle frame. Puck's one to the half wall. Warwick couldn't get a stick on that one, but it's sent up into the netting, so another faceoff will come. Gavin Moore thrown out of the draw. In to take this one is McIver. He wins it back to the point. Back across for White. Tried to take it off the skate. And that one jumps outside the zone. Giving the Rebels some time to reset here and start the breakout. Headman pass for Caleb Smallman. He works into the offensive zone. Drops back. Goes to the point. This one finds Phillips. That one's tipped on its way in. Owe trying to find it down low. Brennan Reed giving pressure down there in that far side corner along with Gavin Moore. And now worked back out to center. And quickly worked back up. McGregor chipped it in. Otway after it. That one worked back out. So an offside call. The Rebels will have to touch up. Otway on the half wall trying to work his way free. And now a couple of 44s. Smallman and Moore will battle after this one. Back to the point it goes. Shot tipped on. They score. The shot from the point from Daniel Pichon gets all the way through. Hit something on the way through, but it would have been a Fundy stick as he led the flyby. And that makes it 5-zip Rebels. Now the Rebels will work this one offside at the line. 7:19 to go in the middle frame. Some more action on High Button Sports. The Valley Wildcats and Cabot Highlanders. That one started at 12 o'clock. Some more action throughout all three other leagues. The U15, the U18, and the U18 Female League, all across the network on High Button Sports all weekend long. So we thank you for tuning in, and If you enjoy this coverage, catch some more as the Rebels work in. Surratt looking for three, and there it is. Sam Surratt, three on the day. And that'll do it. A hat trick for number 92. And a 6-0 lead here for the Rebels. As Rennie works in. And that shot is tipped up into the netting. Now a bump given down in the corner from Trent Uliff as he works his way back on the back check. But the puck goes back and the shot goes wide. That one coming in from Harris. He tried to find a lane from the point as Rennie fires one cross ice. Tried to find Atkinson. Just couldn't find the tape. Up back with it, Harris. Or Collins, excuse me, sent one up the near side. Pinot trying to make a move. Gets the puck through a couple of skates. But back to the line it goes. Noy will flip one deep. Singer grabs one, throws it up the wall. That's into traffic. And now he'll get the return feed. Singer kept in at the line by Noy, but worked up by the leading scorer, Maddox Rennie. He'll rip one. That's well wide on the right side. And now McEwen back the other way. Drops for Pinot. Tried to go cross ice. That one couldn't get there. Now backdoor, that's intended, but it's blocked in front. Off the leg there, and Singer will drive it up into the offensive zone. McGilvery drops it back, nobody home. And now Smallman moves it back up, but it's quickly slapped into the corner by Brennan Reed. And now on the other side, Reed will throw it in once more. Thrown to the net. That one put high and wide on the near side by Cochran. A long shot's thrown in by Reed, and Weil will calmly throw that puck to the dot. Almost a bullseye there from Dylan Weil. 4:28 left to go here in this second period. So an icing call off the draw. 4:20 left to go. And the face-off will come back to the blocker side of Dylan Weil. Now back into the slot. That shot from Moore. Turned aside. Long shot goes just high and wide. That one tipped off a couple of sticks. And now unable to be kept in at the line. This one goes back to the near side. It's played up ahead. Offside of the Thunder, so a quick up now for the Rebels, and they'll get into the offensive zone. On the chase down low is Goody. He gives a bump. Now McIver walks in for Fundy. He rips one just wide of the net. Now Pitts will have to corral this one back at center. Now McGregor picks up the loose puck. He tries to drag shoot, and that one's off the blocker of Collins. Chance up front. Turned away quickly, and that one covered back up by the Fundy Thunder goaltender, number 34 in black, Cooper Collins. Collins sporting one of the nicer cages and pad setups. He's got the all brown pads, a little vintage action. And then his white cage with custom Fundy Thunder helmet looks pretty cool. It's a nice setup there from Cooper Collins. Now the Rebels back on the forecheck down low. Harris played one back ahead. Now Otway throws it into the corner. Cross ice pass intended here for Warwick was tipped by the stick of Otway, and now it's back down into the corner. Kept it at the line by White. Almost deflected on his own net by Collins. And now worked back out to center. White plays one up the wall, tipped away. And now Otway played one back into the Thunder zone. Singer. He'll work up. That one played into a little bit of traffic, and it will get played back out to center to Ellis Callahan. He works in. He's going to drive and send one through off the blocker of Collins and into the corner. Collins will cover up once again. And with 1:39 here in this second period, we'll get another face-off down in the Thunder zone. So off the draw, picked up by Goody. He'll walk around the top of the zone, sent down low. And now a chance up front. That one taken away and sent back out to center. Rennie. Back up top now, Callahan working back in through center. He has a lane, drives, blocker away by Cooper Collins. And now Collins will hold on once again on that second attempt. 62 seconds left to go here in this second stanza. Pitts plays it up the near side. And now Cogger driving in. He's got Uliff with him. Cogger fires one on. It's bobbled by Wild. Can't find it. Puck ended up in the net, but they say no goal. It was blown dead, and I think everybody on the ice lost sight of that one. Maybe not Jacob Cogger. So back to the point. The shot comes from Singer. That's off the pad, and he lays his man out. That was Arsenault. as this one goes around the near side. Smallman couldn't get a stick on that. It's played back for Noy. He goes cross ice to the near side for Smallman. That one played off the helmet of Singer. Headbutted that one away. And now McGilvery on the far side, in front, and they score! What a rip from Hudson. Right at the top of the circles. And now that'll do it there for the second period. Some more rough stuff to end the frame. But that'll do it. We'll be back here on High Button Sports for the third period of play. Stay tuned. 20 minutes to go here on High Button Sports. It's a 7-0 lead through 40 minutes of play for the Western Rebels over the Fundy Thunder. We're just about set here from Tyne Valley. My name is Dayton Camo, welcoming you back inside the Cavendish Farms Community Events Center. Saying thank you for tuning in. And sit back for the final 20. As the Rebels will work one into the offensive zone. It's Tobin McEwen. He'll rip one off the stick of Cooper Collins and up into the glass for a stoppage of play. So off the draw, it's won by the Thunder, but corralled at center by Brody Noy and sent into the zone by Goody. Now up the near side, Gavin Moore spins one into the offensive zone, but turned aside quickly by Collins and sent ahead into the offensive zone. Collins trying to pick up his own dump in, which he does, sending it back to the point. And now Eula blockers, or sends one in. It's blockered away by Dylan Weil and into the corner. Cochran back to the point. White will send one through. It's bobbled in front, but squeezing the pads together, Dylan Weil, and he'll hold that one for the face-off. The Rebels work back in off the draw. Out to center, it's corralled by the Thunder. And now Eulith will send one towards the net. Floated in, Weil blockered it away. Got his stick stuck in between the legs of someone, but it's laying there behind the net now. He'll go back to retrieve that as it's sent back door and almost swatted home. But a chance away now for the Thunder. Gagnon drops back for Rennie, and that one just put to the back door for Cochran. Just couldn't get a stick on it. A yawning cage would have been a great opportunity. Now the Rebels working back into the offensive zone and picked up in the slot, and they score. That one picked up in the slot, ripped home, blocker side by Goody, and that's the 8th of the afternoon as he walks in one more time, plays one back to the slot. So Isaac Goody puts him up by 8. A little fact that I learned thanks to our High Button Sports counterpart and Tyne Valley native Luke Diamond, that Isaac and Zach Goody pronounce their names like that. I called their games a couple of times, pronounced it as Godet, but learned quickly that The people over here in PEI pronounce it Goody. As Goody walks back in. Out to the slot. That one intended for Smallman. Turned aside and sent back into the corner. Ellis Callahan now will play it back to the point for McGilvery. Sends one through, and that's swallowed up by Collins, and he'll hold on for the face-off with 16:02 left to go here in the third period. McGilvery plays it back down low. Arsenault grabbed that one and sent it around the wall. Picked up and sent back to the point. Brody Noy able to keep this one in. Now up top, Atkinson couldn't get a stick on it, but it goes all the way back down for McGilvery. Atkinson gives chase. Now up the wall to Arsenault, out into center. And now Arsenault spills his man at the blue line. Working up is Hudson, trying to work his way further into the offensive zone. He couldn't. Now Atkinson back through center. Tried to work up in through a couple of Rebels defense. He was taken away, and now this puck sent back down into the Rebel zone. Harris, cross ice. And now Pitts takes that pass away. Goes to Eula. And now his pass intercepted at center as well. Allison throws it down into the corner. McEwen up top. Back door for Allison. That one taken away. And now Singer on that far side will use the glass to lift it high, but kicked back down deep. Working in, Pinot drags to the backhand, and that one still on the stick of Pinot. He drops it there. And now McEwen walks out, rips one, blocked away by Collins. This one's dropped, and Singer picks it up. He's met down there with Allison. Him and Allison still tied up as Eula tries to work it free. He fooled me. I thought that one worked down the ice, but it hit a stick, and now it'll work back into the Rebel zone. Weil forced to freeze up. 13:44 to go in the final frame. Now off the draw, the Thunder win this one back to the point. White plays it into the offensive zone. To the point it comes. And White played it further inside the line. Now Gagnon in the slot has it stolen there by Ace Otway. He'll look to go cross ice, but Maddox Rennie there to intercept Cogger. And now played down into the Thunder zone. Collins, he'll hold on. And another face-off will come. So the face-off coming to the blocker side of Cooper Collins. Arsenault picks it up around the bottom corner, and he gets dumped. And this one will be sent the length of the ice. Back down to the Thunder zone we go. 12:50 left on the clock. And a long drive home for the Thunder after this one. Back to Colchester County. But at least they don't have to go back to Kings County. As Moore picks this one up behind the net. He's spilled, and this one's sent up the wall. Kept in by Smallman, and the Rebels bench. Loud here, still even up 8-0. And now a penalty will come. We'll await the call. It'll be a slash. So back down to the Thunder zone we go for the power play. 12:24 left in this third period. Now back to the point. The Rebels will set up. Noy at the point. He goes down low. Back into the slot. Arsenault played it back up top for Noy. Noy sends one through. That's wide of the net. Warwick tried to chip it down the ice, but Arsenault there to stop up. Almost bobbled at the point. He'll go down for Hudson. His shot off the pad. Arsenault in the bumper trying to get a stick on it. He ties up his man, allowing this one to be picked up by Harris. He circles. Drops for Noy. He goes back across for Harris and back up to the quarterback. Brody Noy sends one through, but that's fanned, and Noy able to keep that clearing attempt inside the line. Now Goody. Back up top for Hudson. Now Noy. Across to Harris. Over to Hudson. Elected not to shoot. Noy, same thing. And now Hudson working in backdoor and looking for a sticker escape there of Zach Goody. .30 seconds to go here in the power play. And it's worked out front. Shot gloved on by Cooper Collins. And he'll hold on for another face-off with 24 seconds to go in the man advantage. Some out-of-town scoreboard for you. The Valley Wildcats, Cabot Highlanders tied 2-2 up in Port Hawkesbury. They're in the second intermission there. The Kings and Thunderbirds about to get underway here in about an hour's time from Moncton. Is this one taken away? Cochran works in, blocked in front. Gulith works into the corner, but that one's taken away and sent back behind the net and up the far side. Surratt through center finds a racing defenseman. It's Phillips trying to get up into the play. Now Callahan works around the top of the zone. That's spun. And he'll get the return feed. Callahan fires once more. Surratt looking for number 4. And now backdoor Surratt in front. And what a save by Collins. Now Goody down low to Callahan. Back out top to Goody. He'll walk in trying to find a man out front. That's Callahan, but Collins says, let me do one better. Snags one and denies Ellis Callahan of a second of the game. Back to the point, off the draw. It's won by the Rebels, and McGilver controls. Now that pass intended for Brody Noy at the far point. It skips past the line, and the Rebels will have to touch up. Singer tried to play it up the near side, but Pinot was there to pinch off the wall. It's worked back down. and up this near side. And that will just have the legs for the ice. So with 9:15 to go, we'll head back down into the Fundy Thunder zone. So off the draw, it's all the way back down into the Rebels zone. Brody Noy tried to play one up the wall. It's off a skate of the linesman and onto a Thunder stick. They'll play it into the Rebels zone. And now Hudson Pinot tried to work this one back up through center. And it'll go right back from where he started. McGilvery spins off the check. Now Noy back in his own zone will head up through center, taken away by Uliff. And quickly on that one was Hudson Pinot. Works back into the offensive zone. Pinot drops for McEwen. Tried to put it through the legs, but that one worked away. Harris with it. He'll stop up on the half wall. Now a chance in off the blocker. And Weil will send that one up into the netting. So another face-off will come this time in the Rebel zone. 7:45 to go. To the glove side of Dylan Weil we go. Face-off is won back by the Rebels and sent around the wall. Otway and McIver collide there at center. This one's poked ahead. McGregor trying to make a nice little move there. Just couldn't finish it off at the front of the net. And now Uliff working down in. Had nobody there with him, so he elected to just drop it back into some open ice. Now Reed up the wall he goes, taken away by Collins, and he'll work into the offensive zone. Reed will play one across for Singer. And now into neutral ice for Maddox Rennie. He plays one up ahead for Cochran. He walks in, shot saved by Dylan Weil. And now back onto the stick of Maddox Rennie. He goes cross ice for Cooper Singer. Shot goes in, working high, and it's somewhere in that crease. Able to keep that on the right side of the goal line was Dylan Weil, and the Thunder pleading their case down low. .637 left on the clock. And the face-off to the glove side of Dylan Weil. I won't say it, but he's let no goals in so far today as the rebound in front comes to Rennie. And turned aside once more. Now up into the ceiling. That one's turned aside, so .618 to go now. And then a new quintuplet will head onto the ice for the Thunder. It's Cogger, Moore, and Warwick. Warwick will set up off the draw for the one-timer. Warwick rather, off the draw, sent in front. Cogger couldn't jam one home. And Dylan Wiles been on fire here this afternoon. Sent to the near side. Warwick at the point. He's met there by a bump from Joe Arsenault. And now it's sent up through center. Connor Hudson sends a shot off a leg. That's back in front, and they score. So back to center ice we go after that one. So the second of the game from Connor Hudson puts the Rebels up 9-0. It's sent back into the Thunder zone. White throws it up the wall, just escapes the line, and reaching for that was Moore. Now Goody works back in, sends one towards the net, bobbled in front. The referee blows it down. And now we will get another draw with 5:02 to go. Now off the draw, the Thunder trying to clear this one to center. They do. Now back to play it behind the net. Comes Collins. He plays one out front. A dangerous play there, right in front of the net. And back to the point. Shot from Singer goes wide. It's picked up on the far side. Ulyth now behind his own net, or rather the opposing net. Goes back to the point. Singer's shot blocked in front. Weil, he's got to pad down on it. And finally played off the glass and out to center ice. And quickly back up the near side, unable to find a stick. So icing will be the call. And we'll head back down to the Fundy Thunder end. Back off the draw, the Rebels control. Phillips sends a shot through. That one's chipped forward. And therefore it is Weil to chop that one further ahead. Back up the wall. This one's onto the stick of Tobin McEwen. He throws it towards the net. Rennie gives him a bump. And now to the far side. Picked up. Sent to neutral ice. And back across for Phillips. He returns that. And now Phillips will have to pick up that bobbled puck as the Rebels try to work out of their own zone here. It's McEwen through center to Allison, and he'll play it down low. Pinot. The Thunder now trying to work back into the offensive zone. It's off the glass, taken away. Now Atkinson tried to send one through. It's off the shoulder of Rennie and back into the corner. McEwen awaits a loose puck to pop free. And now from the point they score. Now Pinot and Atkinson run into each other after that goal call. Atkinson has a couple of words there for Smallman as well, but this one looks to be put home by Brennan Reed. Could have hit Maddox Rennie in front. Either way, Rennie will pick up a point on that one, as he was the one that fed it back to the point. And the Fundy Thunder get on the board here. It's a 9-1 lead, but just getting one will make that drive back home a little bit sweeter for the Thunder. And now the referees will go over that last melee with both coaches. No calls coming from it. Hudson Pinot will head off the ice. And we will get set. And we're back underway here from Time Valley. It's the Fundy Thunder trying to get some more offensive zone time going after finding the back of the net. Singer back from the point, gloved on by Weil, and he'll hold on. So Weil just a few seconds away from being perfect in this one. So the official goal call goes to Maddox Rennie, assisted by Brennan Reed and Jacob Cogger. So Rennie continues his point lead atop of that Fundy Thunder roster. Now a penalty coming as a bucket comes off down low. That's Goody who loses his helmet. But a penalty will come now to Reed Gagnon. And now it looks like another penalty might come here. A misconduct given to Goody, and he'll head off the ice. So as we await the official calls from the officials, we'll head back down to the Thunder zone for the draw. Brandon Warwick will hop into the box as well. So Warwick will serve the penalty. It's a 2-minute up on the board. So after all that, the Rebels somehow come out with a power play. I guess it was from the initial headshot there that knocked the bucket of Goody off. And now with 1:14 to go, we'll get set for the final 74 seconds of this one. Back to the point, off the draw, it's Brody Noy. The second power play unit getting some ice time here for the Rebels. Noy, he'll work it back door into the bumper for Arsenault, and it's in. So that second power play unit connecting for the Rebels as Joe Arsenault rips one off the post. And now back in come the Rebels, but that one taken away, and it's Trent Ulith working in. They'll send a shot off a shin pad, and the rebound into the corner picked up and sent out to center. And now Callahan driving in, plays it back for Surratt in front to Callahan, chips it in front, and the rebound cleared aside. Noyes' slap shot was blocked in front. And now out to center. A chance away now, a breakaway, and that one is turned aside by Dylan Weil. And now a chance back in front. They go backdoor. Cogger had that one just roll past him, and now White unloads, goes wide of the net. Singer as well. That one's blocked in front, and that'll do it. The Western Rebels here from Tyne Valley, they go perfect on the weekend. A 3-2 win over the Moncton Thunderbirds from Moncton on Friday night, and now a 10-1 win over the Fundy Thunder here from home. My name's Dayton Camo saying thank you for tuning in from the Cavendish Farms Community Event Center in Tyne Valley, PEI. We thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next one.